All right, people. Anyone tuning into this here transmission, it is I, the host, Zycon Ebb and Flow, back with another episode of Iris of Our Eye, number 42. The answer to the universe says the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I feel like is very synchronistic or very funny to me that I'm sitting down with this artist today. Is it Alian or is it? You just say Alien even though it's with an
Yeah,
A? I'm
just
just
Alien.
curious.
Just Alien.
Just Alien.
Yeah.
Alien with an A.
Yeah.
Alien with an A.
Me and my girl made it up. She was like, what about like an alias, but it's alien? Just off the top of the head type thing.
I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is so yes, Alien with an A. I met this dude off of Threads. I think you were just super gung ho about it. I don't even think I like found you on through the algorithm. It was literally like I commented on something and you're like, bro, I'm down. And I'm like, fuck
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
here we
that's what it
go.
was. You commented on something off topic, and I was like, oh, bro, I want to do that.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're in. Let's go. Here we are. Yeah, so this guy, to my knowledge, makes music. I checked out at least one thing on Instagram that I saw that I was like, all right, I can listen to this. I fuck with this.
Yeah.
So I just gave that a listen, and I was like, that definitely qualifies as art in my opinion. Because that's the only like fucking not expectation, but like thing that like, are you an artist? All right, come on in, get in here. You can talk to me, or if people want to for the
Right. Just to like
I get an
explain,
episode in.
your
Yeah,
thought process almost.
right. Yeah, because I had this one dude, um, who like asked to be on the show, and I like checked out his shit, and I'm like, this guy, I don't think this guy's an artist, so I don't know like why he wants to be on the show. I think he was just going for the like more exposure is better exposure,
Right.
or the burning. No, what the fuck? I can't remember which the carnival dude or like the circus guy who is like all attention is good attention,
Yeah.
even like negative publicity. That's
That
the
yeah,
word.
yeah. Negative publicity is still
Yeah,
sounds
right.
I don't know.
Anything. If people are paying attention, you're doing it right, or
Right.
whatever the fuck. If you wanna have no morals and no fucks given,
Right.
but I don't really think that might be the best way to live. I don't
I
know,
don't
but
think so, but
so Alien makes music. Is there anything else that you do? Because I'm not sure.
no, just music really. I mean, that's kind of like
Hmm.
everything that I do.
Sure, super valid. No, I
Yeah,
get that.
like I'm
I'm
so
just.
like committed.
Mhm.
It almost feels like I need this type. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that, man. It's like passion is like the positive way of saying it, or like an obsession
Right.
is another. You're just like,
Yeah.
this is my life, and this is how I want to live it, so I'm gonna do it. Fuck everybody else and anybody else who wants to say it
Right.
to do something differently. Like I'm not gonna listen to you. Do my own thing.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna just make my own path. I'm not gonna follow in nobody's footsteps. I'm gonna take bits from here and take bits from there, but I'm gonna go like by myself. Type. Yeah.
Right. Everything. No, everything's a remix, dude. Everything's a remix, right?
Right.
So, this first question that is just like the standard operating procedure
Yeah.
in this endeavor is what is art to you?
That's a very good question. Art is how I wouldn't say like a physical, but like just a way to show how you feel. It's almost like a form of communication to me, at least. It shows what you're going through, what you see every day, how you feel. It's just
Hmm.
it's a way to communicate to me.
No, yeah, nope. I agree. That's really it's the whatever medium you go about doing it. It's just like you're taking something that's inside of you and putting it into this other thing, translating it or yeah, transcribing is too specific to specifically writing words, but like yeah, just alchemizing an emotional or thought process into a different way, a different thing, and allow expressing that feeling or thought so that depending on yeah, like what you're just sharing it either to like move it because there's just the layers of like, are you doing it for other people? Are you doing it only for yourself for the therapeutic healing aspect of it? So I guess when you're making your music then, is which way does it go for you? Do you feel like a lot of it's to share with other people, but are there times where it's like I'm just doing this so like I get this feeling or thing out of me?
Uh, most of the time, I obviously want it to sound good, so, like, that's, like, an aspect to it of, like,
Mm,
the outside perspective. I want them to think it sounds good, but, my lyrics and how I flow is mostly just how I'm feeling.
right.
So, like, if I have, like, a bad day, I'm gonna flow differently than if I'm having a good day type. Just
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, oh,
No, that's
yeah.
that's that's it. I I completely get that, dude.
Right,
Because like when I'm on it, when I'm doing stand up, it's like I'm on it and I feel unstoppable and like everything. Like even if I like do poorly, I'm like I don't give a fuck, dude.
right,
Like
like
no one's paying to see me. Like I'm just go for it.
right, like, at least I learned something too.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Well, that didn't really work.
Right.
Tried to not be that awkward or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But then when I'm like not, it's like I feel like I can't. I just like I don't even want to like get up and even try because I just know it's not gonna go well. So I'm like,
Yeah,
there's no, what's even the point? Like I'm good.
right,
Try to like not fucking just do poorly for no good reason. Like at least if I'm gonna do poorly, I want there to be a good reason
right.
to bomb or what have you.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I guess let's start at the very beginning because I'm always this is always like I'm always curious about this for other people. Like what brought you to making music?
So, I've always, like ever since I was a kid, I've been telling my mom, "Turn the radio up," right? Like, just always, music driven. And I was probably, I don't know, prepubescent, right? And, I picked up a pencil and just started writing away in a notebook, had a whole notebook that I would just write different like, I wouldn't write full songs, I would just write things that
Mhm,
sounded good.
sure.
And then I would share them with, like, my mom or, like, my brother and try to, like, see how they've thought about them to change it,
Mhm, and
and then just get, like, different perspectives almost, and then write those too.
yeah. Mhm,
And then after my teenage years were pretty rough on me, like, so that and then I figured, like, right before 2018, I figured out about, like, X and Juice, like, that whole
mhm,
scene, and so I was, like, really into that and, like, the whole, medicine and everything, and, so I would just write down how I felt, and then that kinda goes with me writing rhymes. So I would write rhymes about the way I felt, and then I would just
sure.
start writing full songs, and then one day my girlfriend convinced me to post one, and just been going since.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how just so I have like a context of like the timeline, time frame,
Yeah.
how old are you now?
17.
You're only
Yep.
17? Dog, you got so much fucking time, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, but, like, I'm telling you, those teenage years hit me like a brick.
Dude, you're still in your teenage years.
I
Good.
know.
I'm not.
No, no, no. I 100% know that I still know I'm a little kid and everything,
Yeah, yeah,
but when I turned 13, I was like, I was shocked. The second I turned
yeah.
30, I was like, "Oh my god, why my brain doing this?" I was so confused.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, right. And then when you say medicine, what substance are you talking about?
Oh,
Because
man.
for me that has a very specific context.
Yeah,
So I'm just curious.
opioids and, alcohol was my big one was alcohol.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, the prescribed or otherwise for opioids, and then yeah, alcohol is
Right.
just like the fucking anything goes anywhere. That's just a
Yeah, it's
cultural
always in your
staple
face.
for
Yeah.
yeah, Americans at least, yeah. Which I assume
Yep. Yeah.
we're all right, cool. We're also American. I don't even fucking know, dude. I just like it's
We just
so
met.
I grew right, right, right. Yeah, it's a little bit like ever trying to like, and also like for the listeners that like, hey, like this guy, we're both this is where's the perspective we got, made in America, which is
Right.
funny because that's the fucking the last dude, his episode, Teru Teru JD, yeah, his thing that came out on the 4th, which I'll just say like go check that shit out, people.
Yep.
It's called Made in America, so I thought it was like poignant to bring up
Right.
or
Yeah. Go check
ironic
it
or
out.
yeah, exactly. But what the fuck? I'm trying to say, oh yeah, that like I'm not sure what out of the 50 different tiny countries in this giant fucking country that in America that like when I moved to a different state, it's just the cult not the culture shock in a way of just like this place is also considered America, but is so radically different from
Right.
where the fuck I grew up. Like, how the fuck are we gonna say that this is one country when it's like not?
Right. And it like yeah, it changes so fast almost. Like you can go from almost two different towns and it's just
Yeah,
vastly different.
totally, dude. It's yeah. Or you go from like in a town or in a city to the you're in the same state, but you go to, yeah, to like outside of that, and
Yeah.
then, yeah, it's just totally not the fucking same, dude. It's so
Yeah.
fucking like,
Completely different
it's so
people.
weird that yeah, different. Yeah, like the weather and the geography just like really like do something to people's like mindsets and their like uh expectations or just like their like what yeah what they like want to do with themselves or how ambitious they are or just like yeah these different like layers of our being are just so heavily influenced by
Right.
like our environment.
Yeah.
So I guess with all that being fucking said, what's the goal, aim, like with the music? Is it to like be discovered, to like try to climb the fucking hierarchy in the fucking Illuminati pyramid of the music industry, or is it just like are you still just like trying to just enjoy doing it as much as you can?
As much as I would love to blow up and be a huge artist performing on stage, it
Mhm.
took me an extra, what, 5 minutes to get on this camera because I was so nervous. So maybe give me a little bit more time and I'll keep doing it for myself.
Sure,
But
sure.
but if I get there, I wouldn't be mad, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Like,
definitely.
Imma
It's
try
like,
my best and Imma go as hard as I can, but I
mhm,
want it for me right now.
mhm. No, that's valid. I just fucking I
Right.
just wanna see where your fucking mind's
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Like half this thing for me is just like seeing what other people how seeing how other people see the having the process, the journey, like where they're at in it and what they want out of it, and like so it's just enjoying it, man. Yeah, and if I have to like, it's just a lot of this is I feel like I repeat myself so much, goddamn much, and like you kind of just have to, because you're just a person, we're just people. But
Right,
that like the quote from Jim Carrey that you can fail at something you hate, so you like might as well try doing shit that you love to do
right, yeah.
while you're alive. It's like man, just that's like people think they get so caught up in like what other people tell them to do or how they like look up to like certain people in their life and like your parents tell you you gotta do it this way and then you like try it that way and it doesn't actually like make you happy but you're just doing it because your parents told you to do it. You never like take a second to like think about it or question.
Yeah, you never, like, you're
And
like, "Do I want this, though?" Like
yeah, exactly. Do I want this? Like I
Yeah.
don't
Have you heard any of my stuff?
just the thing that I listen to is when I first like when you first were like, hey, like I'll do that, and I like checked out your fucking
Right, like
Instagram page.
the pin post or whatever type thing?
Yeah, it's one of them. It was definitely I remember like looking at a some type of like what I would sort of consider like a DJ setup. But I don't know if you would consider that a DJ setup and like the electronic, but not like not specifically like super deep like dubstep or anything crazy like that. I don't know. There's a lot of words you can use to describe electronica as a genre
Yeah,
to make it like more specific about like how like hard the bass is going or how fast the track is
right, a
like
lot of
rhythmically.
descriptors.
Yeah, yeah, to like try to like convey what the fuck you're gonna listen to before you listen to it.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. How would you describe what the fuck you make? Like, what's your
Oh,
genre?
sometimes Man, I don't even know if I make music. I just make sound sometimes.
Mhm.
No, I I wouldn't consider myself in any genre at all. Like I'm not a rapper. I'm not like a rock star or nothing. I'm just there. I had one lyric and it was like I, it was. I had one lyric in my song and it's turning feelings into a hit, and that's kind of what
Mhm.
my brain's been ever since I wrote that. It's just
Sure.
turn this, like turn what's in my head into whatever I can put on the paper.
No, totally, dude. I'm like, I play the guitar, and I've been having this weird like, gripe is a weird way of saying it, but just like this like hang up right now where like I want to write and make music that isn't only on the guitar, and I don't want to say that I can't because I could, but I don't. I had this whole awesome thing going on with my one homie, uh, but I moved away and like I can't like get back to the way that it was because his whole situation like changed too.
Right.
So it's just kind of like a bummer because like I want to get back to like making hip hop stuff, but I can't. And then like playing the guitar has been kind of like extra painful recently. So it's like there's like I still want to do it, but like I'm literally like my body's like maybe you just like take a break and like not do that. I'm like
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, I know what
So
that feeling is like when it's like your whole body's choked up almost. You're like, I can do it, but like I my brain's not letting me do what I want to do. Like I just need to take it
yeah,
2 steps back for a second and like relax. I get that.
yeah, exactly. It's just there's like tension. There's just a lot of tension
Right.
in my situation. But it all changes. It's like one of the things about life is it's all like impermanent and changes eventually if you
Right.
just give it time and space to breathe.
Usually pretty fast too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I can get in like habit loops and then eventually like something gives and you fucking gotta change your habits and like that's it's like we're adaptable creatures and like that's what makes us fucking so good at is that we can live basically anywhere and under almost any like situation or circumstance.
Right. Like any
But then like
environment. Yeah.
yeah, but then like you want to fucking like, not be lazy, but you get comfortable in like your routine, and then once if when you get too comfortable in it, when things like life comes along to like fucking knock some of the crust off, you're
Yeah.
like, God damn, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. Like, leave me alone, please,
I
please. I
felt
don't want to do
that.
that.
It's like I don't know. That's so real to my brain. That like that you get so comfortable, you get stuck. You're like,
Yeah, yeah,
I've done this for so long. How am I supposed to get out of that? Or even you haven't done it for that long. You're like, I like doing that. I'm not gonna stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm good, dude.
Right.
I want to
Yeah.
not do that anymore.
Yeah.
But life has a way of just being like, no, it's really time. Figure it out. Do something different. You're
Right.
like, God damn it. All right.
Yeah. That's where the tension
Oh,
starts.
yeah, exactly, dude.
Oh.
Ugh, so true. God damn it. That's real. That's real for my brain right now. My mind.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh.
So this is like not. I mean, it's always related because it's like I feel like this encapsulates all of life. But I'm just curious if you feel like religion or spirituality or like the idea of a divine essence, a divine mover, like plays any part in your art.
Uh, I would say it does, to be fair. I I grew up in a religious house, and as I got
Mhm.
older and, like, towards those teenage years again, I started to resent that hardcore, and so
Mhm.
you can 100% hear that in my music where I start, like, taking it and flipping it. Either the good flipping it or bad flipping it. So, either side I can go. So, it does
Yeah.
definitely play a part.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I have it like in me somewhere that I feel like very like not to say that I'm like a prophet or anything crazy, but I feel very like if you I want to. I feel very called to like speak truth to power and call out like people's bullshit and like as bluntly as I possibly can because I feel like when you start like sugar coating things, they kind of like can wiggle out of it a little bit or try to like deflect it,
Yeah, 100%.
which I think is a big problem with anything political is the or like legalese like the maneuvering and like redefining words that like we speak this like weird dumbed down like common like tongue if you want to say,
Right,
and then like when we learn how to be a lawyer it's like they just things don't mean what they mean
right.
anymore and you write them down on a piece of paper. It's just so
Yeah,
fucking
anything means anything. Like, it's yeah. Or even nothing
so
means
dumb.
anything, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. What do you feel like has been an accomplishment or something that you're like proud of with the stuff that you've made from either just like recently or in general?
Um, I don't know if it would count as, like, an accomplishment. It definitely wouldn't count as an accomplishment, but something I'm very proud of is my
Mm,
consistency. So,
sure.
I started posting like, I've been writing forever, like I said, but I started posting last August, and I have, I think, either counting the privated tracks, I think I have, like, 300 on my SoundCloud. So, like,
Nice.
I don't care, like, I'll just put it out, I don't care if it's good or bad, like, I want people to hear me for me and be able to, like, hear the
Hmm.
lyrics and be like, "Yeah, that I kinda feel that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, totally. I mean, that's like I don't want to say half the battle, but it's like to know that when somebody's like listening to it and it's like hitting them emotionally and you get like getting that like entrained vibration when like what you're expressing is like registering with them and like having an impact of some kind or just like helping them or and any of that stuff that you're just like this is what's real for me and hopefully you get that.
Right, yeah, 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 100%. Trying to have people understand is, like, the biggest part of my art.
Totally.
'Cause, like,
Do you feel
oh,
so
sorry. My
no
bad.
you're good. Just so that do you feel misunderstood a little bit or
Oh,
alienated?
oh, I never thought of it like
Oh,
that, but that I do feel alienated now that you should mention it. Yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
it's been a rocky road to get to where I am, and I'm not, like, nowhere huge right now, but, like, being able to, like, stay calm and relax, not, be off the walls doing stupid stuff. My brain's what was the question? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, dude. It's fine. I'm fucking. We're we're humans. We're not perfect, right?
Right, right.
It's the Do you feel misunderstood or
Oh,
alienated? I guess.
yeah, yeah. Uh, just like I said, teen years, right? Which I'm sure everybody can feel that a little. I was in and out of different like therapy sessions, and I was in rehab for a while. I went to a psych ward for a while, just like in and out of different stuff, right? And so, like, I didn't know how to tell anybody how I felt without causing like a huge fight or something huge to happen. I didn't know how to
Mm,
tell anybody the little things before it happened. So writing it down and being able to like, oh, this is how I feel, but then also make it into music, which I've always loved. Definitely, that's it's my communication, really.
sure.
Yeah, it's
No,
just.
that makes perfect sense. No, you're good, dude. You're good. That was just fucking. It's fucking. Don't wanna talk over one another, right?
Right. Yeah.
But there was definitely something that I wanted to say. Trying to remember though. I feel like I'm drawing a total blank right now though.
That's what I'm saying. My brain
Oh
fogged
yeah,
up
it's
so hard last time that it fogged yours up now.
to the fucking yeah, fucking. Was like one of the things. Some of the things were like where you yawn and the other person yawns
Yeah.
because you yawned. It's like our fucking psychically fucking with each other. No, I as soon as you said that too, it was like, oh no, I remembered what I wanted to fucking say.
Oh.
But because you had 300 is a fair amount of tracks.
Yeah.
So are they all just like singles, or is there ever a time where you feel that you want to like condense that down into like a fucking project of some kind, whether that be like an EP or a fucking album or anything?
Uh, so an album for me would be like a studio thing, like
Hmm.
actually going out, like everything I do sitting right here. But I've posted a few like quote albums, like with like 10 or 16 songs, I think was my most.
Hmm.
I posted like 5 or 6 like albums, and I posted a couple EPs, just and then singles mostly. But I've done a couple projects here and there.
That's fucking dope, dude. Fucking, it's a lot. It's a lot, dude. Feels like a lot. I feel yeah, because a lot of people, especially when I was like get just trying to get through the first one, it's like most people don't even get there. You talk a big game, but actually following through and like doing it is a whole nother enchilada.
Oh
So fucking commend you for the dedication. Truly,
yeah, thank you. Thank
for sure, for sure. Hmm. This is a question that I recently like wrote down, and I feel like it can definitely still apply for music. But what are your thoughts or feelings on like on beauty as like a idea or just like a feeling, an emotion?
Well, what do you mean beauty?
Exactly, dude.
Oh, that's that's
What are
what you're
you
asking me.
I yeah, sorta. Like
Oh,
it's like
okay,
what is beautiful? What is beautiful to you? We can start there and then try to get more or less abstract, I guess.
okay. Beautiful to me, I think, is connection. I would say because like you can see something like a beautiful sunset, right? You can see this amazing sunset. If you can't say that or show that to anybody else, then it'll get lost eventually, right? So like you have that's that's kind of my I don't know if I misunderstood the question, but that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still feel. I mean, in a way, I agree, and in a way, I disagree. Only insofar as that, because you could still experience that
Yeah,
sunset and
true.
like have the beauty move through you and not need another like person to talk to about it or like take the fucking picture or video and like put
Right.
it on social media or
Right.
what have you. But the thing of like not sharing it and then like forgetting about it would like make it not to say it wasn't beautiful, but that like it would you definitely would like lose it eventually
Yeah.
because this is where our fucking minds are that like we can only store so much like information or like emotional impact before we gotta like have to forget to like be able to put new shit in there
Right.
or in the short term memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so sunset, beautiful. Hmm. There's I don't know if this is like a scientific study. I'm sure some scientists somewhere did this, but I remember hearing this like thing of like people in a war zone like dealing with that traumatic experience and then like somebody like coming and playing like a cello or like some like deep bassy string instrument and how like the beauty of that sound kind of even though like the devastation was like everywhere in the environment like it had that like immediate memory and like feeling for them, but that like the beauty of the someone like transforming at least the vibration of like the air with the fucking sound and how that can like be this like awe-inspiring or like healing energy for our psyches and that like I feel like we need that as like human beings.
Right. Yeah, I would 100% agree. to that. Like
Cool.
I'm blanking again. I'm so foggy right now.
Did you get good sleep last night, sir?
uh,
I did,
you
but
did?
fucking
That's good.
the night before that I did not. Night before, so like I was fucking trying to basically try to caught up with trying to fucking be fucking well balanced because the night before that I think I might have slept like an hour. It was not good, not great, not great,
Yeah,
but
gotta love
oh
those
well.
nights.
Yeah, I guess it fucking you only get so many before you fucking start developing Alzheimer's. So
Right.
do it while you can, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah,
Meow meow.
he's trying to mess me up. He's a little devil kind of.
Well, that's the nature of cats. I think they're little like shithead teenagers
Oh
that
yeah.
we adore and worship.
Yep. Yep.
But uh, some cats are cool though. There's cool
Oh
cats out
yeah.
there.
He
Not all of
this
them
one
are.
he's so cool that he jumped headfirst into my window earlier and he like just it took a chunk out of it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic fucking cat behavior. Probably like saw something it was trying to kill and forgot that there was a window
All
there.
right. He's like, oh, I can get that fly, and then just
Yeah,
yeah.
boom. Silly cat.
Yeah.
Silly killy cat. So I feel obligated to ask this question out of my pure curiosity and just I love talking about this shit. But do you believe in aliens? Alien?
Oh man, I want to so bad. Like
Well, why? So why
why?
don't
Oh
you?
wait, hold up, wait, wait.
If you want to, well then why don't you?
Well, I just like surely they would have done something now. You think?
Sure. Well,
Or are they just like watching?
how how deep do you want me to go down the rabbit hole for you and really try to lay out my fucking like perspective on that? Because it's a society revolutionizing topic in all
It
seriousness that
is.
like
I mean, like it's a
if you want to
very
go like
yeah, like it's a
yeah
large.
very
You said it like 3 times in a row.
it's nah you're good dude fucking it's so like if you want to like take it from like the Graham Hancock kind of um perspective that there was like in the past these like allegedly very or more advanced tech civilizations than we have in the present modern day, and that allegedly some of them were either worshiping beings that were claiming to be gods, and then like those beings either left or like did some shit and like accidentally destroyed the civilization and like got like knocked back to the Stone Age, or there was some type of like apocalyptic type thing. The sun exploded a little bit or like a meteor came through and fucked shit up and like they had a level of technology that we don't have and then they got like knocked back down into the Stone Age and then like that's kind of why we see like civilizations somehow meteorically like rising to a high level of civilization and then like all of a sudden like plateauing and not really being able to go any farther and then like falling apart because of human beings just in general are these very like seasonal cyclical beings and that like every so often like civilizations just like come and then like they get to a certain point and then like they become bloated and corrupt and like fall apart and then like go back down. So there's like the two mixtures of like maybe I like to think that this is like a thing because for me it would be way more interesting and cool to think that like aliens came through and like fucked with our DNA and like either made us or like changed us to be the way that we are and then used us and then like that's where we get at least a lot of the stories of like the Anunnaki and shit like that and then because they either got what they wanted or whether you want to say God like fuck like smited them or like knocked them down for being kind of like corrupt and like negligent with the technology that they had that they like fell apart and that like the people at the top of the hierarchy, the pyramid in the quote unquote Illuminati or whatever, allegedly think that they like descend from the people who were like the fucking demigods, or the people that like were bred with them, which is the Nephilim, if
Yeah.
we're using the biblical terms.
Yeah.
So that's a perspective that I have, and I love to fucking talk about it because of how like ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
And that's all like ancient, like all that's all like the shit that led up to like the present moment, and then all of the aliens that are out there that are like good or bad, that are present in the present moment. I would say that one of the reasons they could possibly not be interacting with us would be that the government has some level of technology that they hide from us and prevent good ones from just like coming down and like kind of like spoiling the fucking like party, more or
Right.
less, or like and then like the bad ones they probably do weird shady business deals with, and like because this is some shit that I heard a while ago, and I don't was more like gung ho and like in support of it being a thing, but like there's like an intergalactic slave trade, and like fucking they just like sell people to those kind of fucking not so nice aliens who are just down to like do that shit. Because like we got slavery here, so like why would there not be
Right.
that?
Right.
My thought process. But then like yeah, the good ones like there's like some rule book that these fuckers are following that like basically we're not spiritually developed enough to like handle the level of responsibility like because could you just imagine there's like some like dumbass 21-year-old who's just like out in a UFO who like flies past a fucking planet and it's just like full of hot chicks and the fucking kid is just like what if I just go down there? I could fuck every single girl on that planet if I wanted to, because I just like could pretend to be a god. And like, so there's just like we're just not like mature enough to handle that level of like power. Most people aren't. So I just and like we let people in power deceive us now. So like we're just gotta like grow up basically as like a fucking species before like we're gonna like before they'll like deal with us on a regular basis. I'm like I don't. That's what at least I
Yeah,
feel,
that
and
makes
I hope
sense. Like,
is is the way.
right. Like we gotta grow up as like a whole community before they even want to deal with that. But you did make me
Yeah.
think of something. Uh
Hmm.
oh, well, now it's gone. Crap. Hang on.
It'll come back.
Yeah,
It'll come back.
it'll gone. Uh
It'll come back. Don't worry.
yeah, but like the whole like that is such an interesting conversation. I've like most people when they're like, "Oh, do you believe in aliens?" You can give like some random answer, but when then they go deep and they're like, "Well, you said Anunnaki, just stuff like that." You're like, and Nephilim stuff. Just you're like,
Mm.
I do wonder because like people talked about them for so long. Surely there's got to be something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because you could do quote unquote do the research and like read the books and
Yeah,
like hear the people who wrote the books talk about the shit, and you're just like stuck with the possibility versus like hard evidence. But there's just like if like the one of the most recent things of this whole like ancient or just that like our history books aren't as accurate as they claim to be is the whole thing of Göbekli Tepe, this like place in Turkey that like is like older than all of the other shit. So like and they just build these giant things that like would just be still impossible or incredibly difficult for us to do right now. And it's like, how the fuck are these motherfuckers doing this shit, dude?
right.
Like, there's got to be some technology or some way that they were interacting with the world that like we are oblivious to. And I am under the impression or opinion, have hold the opinion very strongly that if I could get myself into Area 51 or the fucking under the Vatican, all these places where they like still hide fucking information that would like revolutionize or change the world, like then like all of the problems that like everybody's like all bent out of shape about, like global warming or fucking population collapse or just any of the problems that just would overnight, like if we had the technology that aliens had, would just overnight dissolve. Like you wouldn't even have to fucking work a job if like you had a little backpack that could charge like had a generator in it that could fucking power a whole fucking city. Like why
Right,
would you
yeah.
ever have to go back to work, or like you could just go back to like growing your own food and like being like a, or if you could be in Tokyo in like an hour from like the other side of the world. It's just like the whole game of like banks and debt and slave and like fake slavery or slavery and with different like terms just like falls dissolves, and like that's what I would think is like the biggest reason that they don't let us have alien technology or try to keep the aliens at bay, is because it's like they like the game the way that they got it, and they're pretty fucking evil, the people calling the shots. So like they're just that's at least my opinion, and I'm like
Well, it makes you
very
wonder,
long-winded.
like, speaking on aliens and all that, but like that whole greed factor, that evil in us, if they're waiting until that's gone to like even come near us because we can't, like, almost we can't be trusted.
Well,
Like,
possibly, possibly. I can't say one way or the
right,
other. I
right.
feel that like depending, it's a weird like very philosophical like point of like, do we have legitimately have free will as like these like god-given creatures, depending on your like perspective on that whole fucking other super deep topic. But that I don't think that you can have, this is like a psychological thing from I think Carl Jung, that like your tree of life can't, like the branches can't be in heaven if the roots aren't in hell. Um, and that basically what I'm trying to say is
You
that,
can't have good without the bad.
right, that there's a, if God is this like eternal unifying unity thing, that if it's like one, if it's like the 0 point, if it's zero and also one, that's the one that is all other things, but it's also zero, like the void and infinite potential and can be everything. That the that us as these little like fractalized little pieces of it separate or like become two and like choose to like incarnate and separate from it to like and put on this veil of free will so that we can like have all of these like positive and negative, good and bad dualities, or righteousness and evil, and that you basically you can't have one without the other
Right,
as being alive, but that the only way to actually be like righteous or a good person is to like be able to understand that your capacity for doing bad and being evil, and then choosing consciously to like, whenever you have those weird intrusive thoughts of like, man, what if I just like turned my wheel a little bit and just ran over everybody on the sidewalk right now? Like, I know I shouldn't do that because that's not a good thing. That is bad
right,
objectively to like murder or like manslaughter, vehicularly
right.
manslaughter a bunch of people. And choosing to not do that makes you a good
Right.
person.
I agree with that. I don't know. You're opening different brain folds right now. I can. I don't know. I feel like I could talk about this shit for days, bro.
Damn, dude, that was. I love how you said that. Open a new brain fold right now. That's so funny. God damn, bro, I love that. Yeah, I like. I try not to get on the soapbox too hard, but like I do feel very strongly about these things, and I would love to, in my like older years, after I've like gone to the Amazon and become a shaman and toured or traveled, to like speak to these things on a more regular basis in front of like groups of people who want to hear my fucking, or like I guess debate people maybe, but like I don't really care too much to debate people, because it's like you could like you could, there's a lot of people enjoy when you like dunk on them, like the people who like
Yeah,
agree with you like love the whole like, oh, he just fucking made that person look like an idiot,
right.
ha. But I rather like facilitate some type of like more of like an enlightening experience for the people who already sort of kind of see the world the way that I see it, or like because it's all about like being able to have the freedom to ask the questions and like wonder about any of the topics and like actually like do the research and like find the answers versus just like either assuming you know everything or making a topic taboo and just like suppressing anyone who wants to ask the question because it's just like never been good for like history or like if
Yeah.
you like look like I'm just thinking like the Spanish Inquisition or like anytime the church was like fucking being like no shut the fuck up scientists like we don't want to hear it, we're the center of the universe, earth does is the sun revolves around us, fuck, like yeah all that bullshit,
Right.
it's just like never isn't good for us
Mm.
as people I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Uh,
How that relates to art I don't know but
what I was gonna
it's
say
just
how that relates to art. To cycle it back to art, like you said, you kind of just want to, stand up. You said maybe debate, but you don't really care to debate, so just go up there and stand and talk in front of these people who almost understand and see the way you see. To cycle that back into music, uh, that's kind of what a concert would be in my mind. Is you're sitting there on a platform and you're saying feelings or your mindset, whatever, to these different people.
yeah
So that I mean,
absolutely.
just to cycle it back in, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's the. I feel strongly that that's like the there's so because art and culture is like this like epicenter that like permeates and like fucking trickles out into all the other like layers or just like facets of society. So that like when I'm doing like when I'm going on my rants, trying to make them funny, and then also being able to be like, well, now we're gonna like play a song that's like related to the bullshit I was just fucking talking about, and like trying to like interweave it together so that it's like entertaining but also enlightening and fucking what the fuck else healing I guess because there's a lot of like unwell or disease.
Yeah,
There's a whole can of worms but
true.
hmm. Yeah I got big trying to do cool dope awesome big things with my life.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm very ambitious and I would prefer to make a good chunk of change and live abundantly versus not because I always get this answer and I'll ask you this question to try to make this more of a conversation than me just ranting, but would you rather have more money or less money?
I know morals tell you, oh, I'm gonna pick less money, cause then,
Well,
well, wait, wait, restart. Hold up, restart. Okay, I know that like I don't even know what else to try and say. That hang on. I guess at least in my brain says go for the less money. So for just like
but why? Why? Like
to
what in
be
your
a
brain is
good
like
person,
less?
right? But
Okay,
I know 100% if you were like, here, there's a suitcase with $25,000 or $1,000,000, I'm running to that $1,000,000. I'm booking it so fast.
right, dude. Like why would you not? Or fuck, a million is like almost fathomable. Like I don't think there's like a million of these little triangles in this room, but like a billion, dude. We get another three
Right.
zeros. We'd lose all perspective when they start throwing around the B words and shit. Uh, I heard earlier today on the radio some guy was like breaking down that like if you had like ten if basically if you were like $10,000 being deposited into a bank account from like I think he literally said from like the time of like the Egyptians to like modern day that you like would only have like I can't remember the number. I want to say it was somewhere from like 5 or like 10% of the amount of money that Elon Musk is like quote unquote worth. And it's like, yeah, that whole fucking it's just such a mind fuck to think about how much there is in the world, how big the world is, how much there is in the world,
and
and
yet
how
how
like
few people have it.
right, and then like that short list of like a couple thousand people own like well, so the number that I know from this paper that I like read, or it's an abstract or like a study that these mathematicians did in some college in Europe that like 161 companies own or like are in control of like 80% of like the entirety of the economy, and it's just so few hands like hold the reins for like most of the fucking wealth in the world. It's just such a like like what the fuck are we doing, dude? Like
Right.
there's gotta be a better way. I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Right. Like I get smart people. If you're smart and you did a lot, you deserve a lot of money. Right. But like there's no way that we should have people who can afford, like you said, like Elon Musk money bags type, and then other people who are like, actively dying on the street. Like that just,
Yeah,
yeah, that's how I've always thought about it. But I could be wrong, and there could be like, reasons and all that behind. But that like just in my head, that's what I go with.
it feels wrong.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like, god damn it, like what the fuck? Like there's gotta be a better system.
yeah.
I don't know, man. There's altruism of some way, shape, or form. It's gotta just play a bigger part in like in it. I just yeah, yeah, the one of the things I remember that fucking guy saying was like, how do you like if someone could figure out a way for me to like give the money to the people or like buy the shit so it could get to the people who are starving, because that was like the one thing he was like specifically talking about was like no one has a like a way of like actually distributing the wealth from the people who do have it and actually do want to be like charitable, because I'm sure there's like types of people that are like don't give a fuck or like so greedy they couldn't give a shit, but the people who are actually like rich and like wanna make a difference and wanna like they have no way of like actually like
Right.
figure like doing that.
Because you can't like go and hand it out to each individual person like in cash or whatever. You got to like find a way to
Right.
sit there and get it through all these different people to help. Well, instead of giving this person cash, maybe give them a 10-year, home or what. Just there's so many different ways it has to go through to actually get to those people.
Right. It's like what's actually gonna help the fucking crack addict
Right.
on the street who wants to be homeless, because that's another fucking weird
Yeah.
thing, like totally sort of related, I guess, that like there's people out here who like you even if you gave them the opportunity to try to like make a change, they just wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like they're just comfortable in their weird situation that they find themselves in, and they want to be homeless or they want to just fucking like do drugs and die more quickly. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking does sound shitty, but it's just like this is just the
Right.
weird reality, the weird world we live in.
Right. Like even if you put them and you set them up, some people need to fall really hard down to even want to do that. And even if you fall really hard down, some people don't even want to get back up after that. So like it's just
Yeah,
what do you do almost?
literally. What do you do?
Yeah.
I think you just gotta live your life to like your best. Your like you gotta want some shit in the future. You gotta have
Mhm.
goals, aims, and everything. Like how you're just like I just want to keep enjoying fucking making music, man, dude. I did you enjoy? Are you enjoying?
Yeah, 100%. This was a fantastic time.
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad. I feel like I didn't really interview too hard, but I just like kind of just went with what felt right,
Right. That's all
which
that
is
matters though,
part
ain't
of
it?
yeah, I think so. The part trusting your intuition and being able to like live with that like compass guiding you
Mhm.
versus just go doing what other people tell you to do.
Yeah. Go with the flow.
But then exactly, dude. Just go with the flow. So I guess final question: if we were both as soon as I hit the stop recording button, if we were both to like pass away, cease to be,
Yeah.
um, what piece of advice or like wisdom nugget of wisdom would you want to like leave behind as like a thing that if it was gonna be like shared with all of the people, what do you feel like is like important for people to like know?
Like to take away from me, almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, it's like fucking
100% that your mental health is everything. Because, like, you can't have nothing without that. So
I agree.
take care of your brain.
Take care of your brain. Eat well, exercise,
Right.
um, meditate,
Hmm.
breathe. Try to be around people who you love or form deep, meaningful connections with.
Yep.
Uh, yeah,
But
those are all,
also learn
I
to be
guess,
content with yourself.
fucking this guy spitting fucking facts, bro. Fucking alien dropping the fucking truth bombs, and me just saying fucking like super basic like white belt level like you just need to fucking be healthy. These are things to do to be healthy, silly gooses out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's more or less it. Where can the people find you,
Ooh.
and what are they gonna find when they get there?
So
And then if
sound.
you want to do any shout outs to anybody,
Oh, okay. So SoundCloud.com/fi Alien573 is my link, right? And then
alien with an A.
Alien with an A, right? And then Instagram's all linked on there. Like definitely go check out SoundCloud if anything. And yeah, that's all I got. Just vibe with music and your
Vibe with music
brain.
and yeah, dude, and your brain, dude. The fucking what did what you said something about the fucking something about the
Yeah,
folds of the brain,
opening
dude.
different brain folds. Yeah.
Opening different brain folds. This fucking guy, dude. That shit was so great. I hope I can like if I take away anything from this goddamn conversation, it is that I'm gonna start saying that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like you need to open some new brain folds or like
Yeah,
you
it's a good line.
you need to fucking. It's great, dude. I love it, dude. I literally if I get that if I get anything out of it, it was at least that, dude. A new phrase to fucking throw around and be a fucking
Yeah.
funny, schmarmy, jokey dude. More of that.
Yeah.
But it we're end. This is
Right. Yeah.
we're calling it. We're at the end here. So check out Alien stuff if you. That's probably in the description of either the show notes or in here in the YouTube video, whatever you're listening or watching. And check out my intuition course if you feel, and if you want anyone to work with me in any type of capacity as like a life coaching or just like want my 2 cents on some shit that you're going through in your life, I'm here. You can connect with me on Instagram or any way, shape, or form. If you want to be on the podcast, that's always an option too, as long as you make dope shit that I enjoy and appreciate. But smile more, complain less, never ever ever give up until you discerns for your darndest best. Namaste. Have a great day. Slash soon if it's nighttime soon. Like, share, comment, subscribe to keep the algorithm satisfied. And if I don't see you while I'm alive, I will catch you on the flip side after I die. Thank you, people. If you made it this far, I fucking really love and appreciate your attention. And I will catch you in the next episode. See you around. Peace the fuck out.
See ya.